Hello, everyone. On this Thursday, 21st November 2024, I am Madam Anireju Erewa. Whatever time you are right now, I greet and welcome you to my channel, Anireju News. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Mete wa Biafra de no. Mete na wa Biafra de no. Asina he hiji megi. Mete wa Biafra de no. Akane hiora dule o. Mete wa Biafra de no. Mete re mondigala.
Bianca Ojukwu acceptance to serve in the Muslim Nigeria OIC is somewhat dicey. Her acceptance is viewed as double standing to rub shoulders with enemies and evil planners against our Biafra freedom restoration that her late husband of blessed memory, Odumegu Ojukwu, declared on 30th of May 1967. What a shame on her to be answerable to the Fulanis and Yorubas of the OIC, Organization Islamic Cooperation Muslim Nigeria. Yeah, it's double standing, very. We know about her husband, but we don't know about Bianca Ojukwu patana and matana part of her family. We just know her that she's Odumegu Ojukwu wife, a Biafran. But we don't know about her patana, that is her father and her mother's side. We don't know. We don't know if they are Biafrans or they are from where they are from. We don't know. So yeah, her acceptance is somewhat dicey, yes. It's been over 10 years that the OIC Muslim Nigeria expired on the 1st of January 2014. In less than 2 months, on 1st January 2025, will make it 11 years that the OIC Muslim Nigeria expired. And with the seriousness of Biafra to move on to restore our Biafra restoration freedom nation has become very worrisome to Britain, Sokoto Caliphate Fulani Emirs, Bida Nupe Fulani. You know, there are two categories of Fulanis that is running Nigeria. Yes, there are two categories. One is the Usman Danfodio. They are the Sokoto Caliphate. Then you have the Bida Nupe Fulani. That's another in Niger State. So, the seriousness for Biafra to move on and restore our freedom nation that has been declared has become very worrisome to Britain, Sokoto Caliphate Fulani Emirs, Bida Nupe Fulani, the Islamic cowardice Yoruba, and the Islamic Kukuruku Edo North of Benin South. They are worried how they will be able to survive without Biafra. Yes, they are worried. British recently held a secret meeting with the cowardice Yoruba Obas about staying in the OIC Muslim Nigeria for another 50 years until 2075. British told the cowardice Yoruba Obas that Britain and Fulani don't want the OIC Nigeria to divide until 2075, when they will be ready to let go. British promised a package. They promised a package to the Yoruba Obas to revive the OIC Muslim Nigeria economy in the 50 years to be the best ever in the global world, to have a GNP that will surpass that of the British, UK, US, Europe, Asia, Middle East, the Caribbean, and the Americas, where the cowardice Yoruba left from in the 12th century via Mecca, Saudi Arabia, Middle East, to settle in West Africa. So this is a package that the promise that British, in their secret meeting with Yoruba, that was a promise that they are going to make the OIC Nigeria economy to be the best ever in the world, to surpass even that of the British. And America, everywhere worldwide, is going to be the best, and including even to surpass the Americas, where the Yorubas came from to settle in West Africa. Yeah, so this was the promise that British gave to this cowardice Yoruba. Yeah. The British promise package to remain in the OIC Muslim Nigeria for another 50 years also include that the cowardice Yoruba and the nomadic Fulani who came via Mecca, Middle East, to settle in West Africa will be the leaders of the African continent, along with the Islamic Kukuruku, Edo North of Benin South, on the condition that the cowardice Yoruba Obas and the Fulanis ensure that Biafra is not restored. So that's the condition. Yeah, they want to keep this OIC Nigeria for another 50 years. You know, when they created the contraption, it was for 100 years that expired in 2014. So it's been 10 years, and it's going to 11 years now since it expired. And now that they know Biafrans are leaving, they had this secret meeting, and they want to, now is OIC, Organization Islamic Cooperation, Nigeria. So they want to keep it for another 50 years on the condition that the cowardice Yoruba and the Fulanis ensure that Biafra is not restored, and they will make the economy to be the best in the whole wide world. Okay, so let's see what the Yorubas did now. Let's see, because they did something. They are working on it now. Yes. Well, one Nigerianist, you know, each time I run this program, I always talk to you, one Nigerianist. When it be Biafrans, but una dey carry the OIC Muslim Nigeria for una head like heavy load. You have been told severally that the British, Fulani, and Yoruba are partners in crime, working together. You've been told severally, many on social media, you've been told that they are partners in crime. Trust them not. This is media time. Yes, this is not yes, but this is media time. Trust them not. Okay. All right. The fact manipulated promises of the British is not new. It's not new. They did it in the amalgamation, and they are doing it again now. They started signing some documents, so it's not new. It got into the heads of the cowardice Yoruba Obas. Their head rolled, turned, and spinned that they have started holding the typical Omo Oke Tiwani secret meeting. Yes, on how to stay put in the OIC Muslim Nigeria in quest to hide behind Bianca Ojukwu. Yes, to hide behind Bianca Ojukwu on how to possibly cause destabilization in or of the Biafra freedom restoration. So you can see that this reaching out to Bianca and hiring her Ojukwu wife, you can see the picture is showing. Okay, all right. Yes, with possibly to achieve the Islamization, Fulanization of Biafra in the next 50 years that the British promised to help the Fulani to accomplish in the first amalgamation that has expired. That was part of the promise British, but that promise has not been fulfilled. So British need another 50 years to make sure, to ensure that this Islamization, Fulanization is accomplished for the Fulanis. Okay. Using the cowardice Yoruba and the Kukuruku, Edu North, Awushi, Esako, Afema, that they have tried since 1860 and failed. Yes, so you can see that this Bianca appointment is dicey. It's dicey, yes. And they have been trying all this since 1860, even before 1914. They've been trying and they have not succeeded. Okay. They don't get it that Biafra is an ideology that cannot be killed and cannot be defeated. Biafra Freedom Nation is destined to be restored. It's destined to be restored. So, as British have told them that Fulani and Yoruba must ensure that Biafra does not exit. So Yoruba have started doing their own plan. And now let's hear the plan of the Sokoto Caliphate. Okay. Muhammadu Sadu Abubakar II. He is the number 20 Sultan of Sokoto Caliphate, descendant of Usman Danfodio, who was born in Sokoto on 24th August 1956. He is the current Sultan of Sokoto. With his worries about this Biafra agitation, he has expressed his concerns. His concerns and worries are the 23 oil wells he claimed to own in Niger Delta, a name that Bida Nupe Fulani labeled coastal Biafra with in 1860. So now, when they answer Niger Delta, this Midwest here, South, and Bendel and all that nonsense that Islam get to you, you see they will never say coastal. They refer to coastal as Niger Delta. That's okay. So, and ask the Fulani Muhammadu Sadu, what job does he do? What job does he do? How does he make his living and earnings? How did he get to own 23 oil wells in Biafra land, Eastern region, that is not a part of the OIC Muslim Nigeria? The Fulani Sokoto Caliphate thief have never stepped his foot in Biafra land at all. He does not even know the terrain where he claimed to own 23 oil wells. He knows nothing about the territory. He knows nothing about the territory. Yes. His education was at the Sultan Award Primary School and the Barewa College, somewhere in the Middle East. This is where he went to school. And not even in the primary school was not even in Nigeria. It was in the Middle East. That's where he went to school. They have Sultan College, Sultan Primary School, and then Barewa College in the Middle East. That's where he went. And then the only education he obtained in the contraption OIC Nigeria is the Nigerian Defense Academy in the north. And then upon completion of this Nigeria Defense Academy in the north, he owned 23 oil wells in Biafra land. Are you people, do you see the mess British did? Are you people seeing the mess British did? Okay, all right, okay. Let's see the photo of the Sultan of Sokoto, caption message to Biafrans. He sent a message to Biafrans, at least for the first time. He sent a message to Biafrans. And that's his photo up there. You are watching the photo, and I'm going to read the message, the caption of the message that he wrote to Biafrans. And the caption he wrote, the Sultan of Sokoto, it read that he, the Sultan of Sokoto, cannot afford to lose his 23 oil wells in Niger Delta. He wrote it. He said, Biafrans, he, the Sultan of Sokoto, can't afford to lose his 23 oil wells in Niger Delta, all because of Biafra. This is the Sultan of Sokoto message to Biafrans. He, the Sultan of Sokoto, won't allow anybody to divide Nigeria. This was his message. So you can see the secret message and the condition that the British gave is very clear in the message of the Sultan of Sokoto to Biafrans. You saw his picture there. You can go and do your search. You will see it. Yes, that was his message to Biafrans. That is rubbish. That is rubbish that the Sultan of Sokoto vomited. Yes, that's rubbish. Advanced research also showed that 1956 was the year that the British and Fulani entered agreement with the Bida Nupe Fulani to mark Niger Delta, where the majority of the oil reserves are located, as not a Biafra territory, and claimed it to be part of Benin South. And British fraudulently claimed that it founded the oil in a joint operation between the Royal Dutch Shell Petroleum, which British took charge of the allocation and distributions of the oil wells thefts. So you people are saying now, you see why. You see? This is, you can see how satanic British is. Yeah, you can see. 1956, they agreed. An agreement entered. Go do research. Coastal Biafrans as a whole, start to do research. When you begin to do research, you will begin to see what is happening. Don't trust these people. Okay. Una, where be one Nigerianist? When it don't become bad, when they answer names, When British, Fulani, Yoruba, and Kukuruku, Edo North or Benin South, how will she give una to reject your very own territorial identity and destiny? Okay. All right. So you are saying. And then the one that they call Asari Dokubo, an experiment of Islam, is put in charge of guiding the oil wells pipelines. He is mixed up in the extraordinary rendition of our leader, Onyendu Ohamadike one, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That shameless idiot they call Asari Dokubo. He doesn't know whether na Izon be or na Igbo be. Then he was the experiment. They turned him into Muslim. Yeah. Maybe it was Awushi he went to even get his Muslim title. Yes. We are now telling the British, the Usman Dan Fodio Fulani Caliphate, the Bida Nupe Fulani of Niger State, the Yorubas, the Kukuruku Edo North of Benin South, that this is not years past anymore. Biafra never agreed to be a part of the now Organization of Islamic Cooperation Nigeria, OIC. Never agreed. British, Fulani, and Yoruba are partners in crime who have jointly committed too much atrocities, violations, mayhems, genocidal, murder, killings of Biafra in the OIC Nigeria. Yes. So, yes. There is something about Islamic Yoruba beside being cowardice and betrayal. You see, when the British need to betray is Yoruba, there is something about Yorubas that people don't know. Beside being cowardice and betrayal and partner in crime with the British and Fulani, that the media kept hidden, because the media is controlled by the Yorubas and the Kukuruku Edo North. So a lot of things is kept hidden. It is no longer a secret that Yoruba came from the Americas. I'm repeating it severally in most of my programs, so you people know that Yoruba came from somewhere. They came from the Americas in the 12th century via Mecca, Saudi Arabia, Middle East, to settle in West Africa, Western region, where they are right now. The other thing you don't know about Yorubas, and Yorubas, you know that very well what I'm about to say. A higher percent Yoruba commit international white-collar crimes. Yes, a higher percent If you don't know that now. And Yoruba, if you think what I'm saying here is wrong, challenge it. Please come to social media and say that is wrong. Okay? A higher percent of Yorubas, yes, they commit white collar crimes internationally. Yeah. Okay. In the OIC Nigeria, when they commit all these white collar crime, 419 and all that, because the Yoruba control the media, they hide this thing and nothing happens to them when they commit this crime. And that's why Nigeria is so corruptly bad, with so much crime that is kept hidden. But on international level, the Yorubas that commit these high white-collar crimes, they are charged and sentenced. But also, when discharged from 7 terms in jail, they will be deported back. That's something you need to take note of. Very important. They will be deported back to Yoruba land to join politics, to become president of the Nigeria, like the narcotic pusher who is now running your lives and robbing and sucking Biafra dry. Yes, working with the British and the Fulanis. So that's something about Yoruba that you didn't know. Yeah. Many Yorubas, and Yorubas, you know this. Many Yorubas are in jail, foreign jail, for white-collar crimes. Yes. Pending their deportation to join politics, to become president of the OIC Muslim Nigeria. I have a video of a Yoruba who was just sentenced to over 25 years behind bars for committing a white-collar crime. And after he serves the time in jail, they will deport him back to Yoruba land. And then he's going to join politics and become president. Let us watch the video.
A Nigerian man, Kolade Akinwale Ojelade, had been sentenced to more than 25 years in prison for fraud. This man used a scheme the US government call Man in the Middle to steal millions of dollars from real estate companies in the US. Kolade, who was residing in the UK, used advanced tactics that would fool even the most cautious of people. Through well-crafted phishing emails, he gained access into the accounts of real estate companies. With this access, he was able to track email conversations between real estate agents and home buyers. Posing as the legitimate agents, Kolade would intercept money transfer instructions, modify them, and send them back through fake email addresses that looked identical to the real ones. With this trick, he successfully redirected over $12 million from unsuspecting people who wanted to buy homes in the US to his own accounts. Sadly, some victims lost their entire life savings in these scams. Think about how emotionally and financially devastating this would have been for them. The worst part is that most of these funds were never recovered. Eventually, Kolade ran out of luck when the money trail and digital footprints was traced back to him, leading to his arrest in the UK last year. He was extradited from the UK to the United States this year to answer for his crimes. In court, Kolade Akinwale Ojelade pleaded guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. He was sentenced to a staggering 26 years in prison and ordered to pay over $3.3 million in restitution. On top of that, after his time is served, Kolade will be deported back to Nigeria.
You have seen the video. You've seen the video. He will be deported to Yoruba land after he has served his terms. You heard it in the video. And when he's deported, he goes back. He's going to go join politics to become president of the OIC Muslim Nigeria one day. That's an addition of one more Yoruba international white-collar crime criminal to join future politics of the OIC Nigeria. So this is the Nigeria. So you can see the Nigeria. One Nigerianist. Una way they carry one Nigeria. You don't know anything about the Nigeria. You carry it on your head. Thank God for media now. This is media time. Thank God opportunities to bring all this information to you that was not available before. So you have to be politically minded. Okay. After all of the birds of the same feather that coined and run the corruptible OIC Muslim Nigeria came from somewhere. They came from somewhere to settle in West Africa, with the exception of the Kukuruku Edo North of Benin South. They came from either a neighboring West Africa or from some part within to Edo North, to Edo North in the 13th century. Yeah, the Kukuruku, they came from somewhere, not outside of the continent, but within, in the West Africa. They came from somewhere to Edo North in the 13th century to settle, but they came from somewhere. Yes. The rest came from outside of the African continent. British, though British didn't settle, but they came. They came from Europe to West Africa. Not to, when I use West Africa, but they've been in Africa longer than 15th century. It was around the 15th century that British came to West Africa. Fulani came from Mecca, Saudi Arabia, Middle East to West Africa around the 14th century. Yoruba, as you all have heard, came from the Americas via Mecca, Saudi Arabia in the 12th centuries. All of them have ties and connection with Islamic Muslim. All of them are a bunch of thieves. Yeah, they are all a bunch of thieves. Biafrans of present generation must learn from past mistakes. Must learn from mistakes of the past. Biafra existed from beginning of centuries. Before this bunch of corrupt thieves came from somewhere to settle or do business like the British in West Africa and then pollute West Africa. Biafra is far older than the so-called expired contraption Nigeria and now the OIC Muslim Nigeria. Biafra is older than Nigeria put together. And these people came from somewhere. Biafra is already a declared nation. Biafra is not Islamic. Biafra never consented to the OIC Nigeria. Never consented to Nigeria, period. Biafra never. Okay. Biafra must be restored. Biafra must be restored. So if they are worried about Biafra, Nigeria not concern Biafra. Biafra is already a nation, and Biafra is ready to be developed. Yes. British, Fulani, Yoruba, Kukuruku, Eduno, Bidanupe, Fulani, you are going to carry your Nigeria and you are going to carry it. And go carry it to wherever you want to carry it to. But Biafra is not going to be a part of it. Biafra has never agreed to be a part of Nigeria anyway. Everything is under gun and alcohol. Not so anymore now. Yes, so not so anymore. Okay. So this is it. A word is enough for the wise. A word is enough for the wise. Okay? Because if Biafra were to be not, they won't even let you touch their grass. Not to talk of their oil. They are owning oil wells and doing. Britain, from Europe. Come on. Now, Biafra is leaving. It's exiting. So we are leaving. Yes. So that's it. Yes, sir. Our leader, Ohamadike 1, Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, must be free. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Anireju News. If you would like to donate for charity humanitarian, you can do so on my Cash App. You can also visit Anireju News online shop to order for t-shirts, pens, mugs, and other souvenirs. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to bring to the attention of the world notice that we, the Biafran people, never consented to be part of the Islamic Nigeria Corporation, and the world should support Biafra exit from the Nigeria. Living together shouldn't be by force. Thank you.
Mete wa Biafra de no. Mete na Biafra de no. Asina he hiji kumegi. Mete wa Biafra de no. Akane hiora